Hey, Lee here. So as you can see, I'm going to start on the neck today. I've already got a fretboard. It's already been pre-cut and inlaid with dots. I thought since this is my first attempt, I will buy the fretboard in. I've also bought some jumbo fret wire, some nuts, and off camera, I've already started cutting the nut slot. So it's just to give me the right dimensions. I know where I am. It's not complete yet, but it's just so I can use that for when I'm measuring out the neck on what will be the body. So I've already drawn around the neck, so I've got a good template for the body of the guitar. I printed off a template of a Telecaster headstock. I'm not going to use this shape, but the main reason I have this are for the machine head positions. So that's the main thing I'm going to use this for, but it will give me an idea of roughly how much wood I need to leave when I start to cut this out. So hopefully this is going to go all okay. I'll keep the camera running, and as usual I will fast forward it and I'll give you a voiceover of anything extra I need to tell you as I go along. So just before I start cutting, I'm not sure how I'm going to do the headstock yet. So the Telecaster style is completely flat and you just cut away at the wood and to have your headstock profile sort of down, but it's completely level. I have enough material where I may be able to tilt the headstock backwards. That's going to require a bit more work for me. I don't know the best approach, but since this is my guitar, I think I'm going to do the more Gibson style where they actually cut the headstock backwards. So I need to leave enough wood, so I'm going to just make sure I cut a big paddle to leave me enough wood to play with, and hopefully I can get a tilted headstock rather than the flat Fender style. So let's get the jigsaw going and see what happens. Hi guys, so just thought I'd go over a voiceover just to tell you what's going on. So this was quite hard. This piece of wood is very heavy and it took a lot of work to cut, but eventually I got through it. I only have the jigsaw, as you see, so I put it to good use. I got quite a few different blades for it, but nothing was worn out, but it was very slow going. But nevertheless, I got through that. The next thing I would suggest is, so far what I've found is the most important tool is the sander. Now as you can see, I've been using a hand sander, but I've actually sort of turned it upside down and bolted it into the table, and that seems to work really well for me. But definitely if you're gonna make a guitar, especially a guitar neck, you need an electric sander. So most of the shaping and work was done on this, but it turned out pretty good. Also, a first for me is using a router. I've never used one of those before, but it was good fun. I have not made too many mistakes so far, but I mean, considering this is the very first time I've ever done anything like this, it's going quite well so far, so I'm really pleased with it. And the best bit is I've not chopped any fingers off yet, so I've grazed a few knuckles, but not chopped any fingers. So this is putting the truss rod in just before I glued the fretboard on, and again I had to be really careful with the router. Always measure twice, cut once, as they say. But it worked out okay, as you'll see. So as you can see, I've been going mad with the sander. I've glued the fretboard on, the truss rod is in, there's a truss rod tunnel. I'm really happy with this. This is actually resembles a guitar neck, so for a first attempt I'm really pleased. So the next job is to start putting the frets in, and then I can just finish it off and we'll start working on the body and cutting out some, routing some gaps for the pickups and the control switches. So as a first attempt at making a neck, I'm really pleased. This should work really, really well.